What is up? Fully charged TCG. How are you guys doing today? Today, we're doing the video. Okay, guys, so we finally got a rank match to load up. And I am playing against Rob Lucci. He chose to go second, and I don't have a first on play, so I'm going to pass. This is my literal first game with this leader, so let's see how I can do, and let's see just kind of how good it is. I can't use my action, but I'm going to click it every time. I can't use my action because I'm not at 8 Dawn. So, just going to start off with a 9k swing. Pretty good. He played down an Uda turn 1. He's going to swing 5, so he can do his effect. But I don't have to do nothing because I'm a 6k leader, which is just cracked. He plays down a Kuzan. That's fine, because we're going to get our ramp. And I'm just going to go ahead and pressure 6. I'm going to leave one open for Thunder Bagua in case he goes ahead. He swings 6, I take it, and then he swings again. I can just Thunder Bagua out of it and get an extra ramp, which will put me I'm already at 6 Dawn. So that'd put me at 7. I feel like that'd be okay. I feel like that might be okay moving. I'm just poking 6. He takes it. Okay. That's interesting. I know he's probably wants to remove this Mr. 2. Maybe not, but I would imagine. My hand's looking, I'm not going to lie, pretty bad. I mean, this hand's looking pretty bad. 3 Giants. No, nothing. Just, I know Giants are good. I know Bon Clay is good and all that, but, like, come on, guys. Come on. Okay, he just passed turn. I'm at 8, which means next turn I get to start actually using my effect. But, like, geez Louise, what am I even going to use it on? Like, I don't even know. I think at this point, I'm just getting rid of that because I can. I'm just going to swing, copy to 5. I think I'm going to hold 2 up for Thunder Bagua. I think so. I mean, he's not really threatening me. I don't have to actually hold 2 up for Thunder Bagua. You know what? Let's just go aggro and just pressure him for 8. And I think that that's the right call because I don't think he's going to pressure me too much this turn because he needs to get established and also deal with this Bon Clay. That's fine. Let's see, at the start of your turn, 8 more Dawn in your field. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck, reveal to 1 Straw Hat, add to your hand. Then place the remaining cards, top, bottom deck in any order. And then obviously get the draw for turn. So, just an extra draw every turn. It's pretty busted. He's going to swing 6. No blocker. Give up a Bon Clay because I don't need it. I really need to get something decent off my leader effect at the beginning of the turn. This is something you have to consider within this deck is that sometimes you get bricked up. And that's the issue with these new Luffy decks. The purple-green and blue-purple. Both of them you can just get bricked. Like right now, having just 3 of these is not really ideal. Now, starting next turn, yes, use leader effect. I have Sanji, but nothing to play in the Sanji. The rest of that's just not very good. It's not what I would want. As crazy as this is, I'm taking Sanji, and I'm just placing the rest at the bottom of the deck. Now at least I have a Luffy. Like, that's something. You may return 1 or more Dawn and play from your Dawn deck, draw 1 card, then this character gains Rush. So this is at least something. I'm trying to determine between... I feel like I'm just going to drop Luffy. Yeah, I feel like I drop Luffy, return 1 Dawn, return 0 to draw 1, Gravity Blade. I'm going to leave 1 up for my... honestly, gaining Rush, I feel like I could swing into the Jack. I could swing into the Jack 10. That would force 2 2Ks. I think we're going to start with just a 6k poke. We're going to leave 1 up for Giant just in case. but I don't want to use giant because then I go down below the 8 because I don -1. With the Luffy, I did get 1 out of his hand for that, or a 2k, which is going to make me a little bit more comfortable to just go straight into the jack and say, hey, you're going to give up, yeah, your hand, and I'm still going to have this massive 8-card hand. And unless suddenly Black Lucci started running Blue Pudding, I'm safe in this regard. He's going to try to get rid of this Luffy. Is that enough? No, he KOs a 3 or less. Right now I'm still at a 5 leader effect. We'll give another -1, put me at a 4. He'll still need another -1. He would have to Laboon. He'd have to Laboon to be able to get this KO, which I think would be smart. Laboon, Jack to KO it. I feel like that would be the correct play, which means he's going to have leader swing. But he only chose to swing for a 1. So, I mean, I'm just going to give a 1k. Like, true, I will have to eat this jack swing if he goes after my leader with jack. But I don't know if there's a point in that. You kind of need to KO this Luffy unless he has another KO effect coming down. Okay, he is going to do a KO effect. That's fine. I have the Linlin. But Linlin, I don't have it on top of my deck, but I could still heal with Linlin and just not Sanji, which I think is sometimes the play. Sometimes you just play Linlin and you don't Sanji. Okay. Okay. And then he still got the KO there with the Brook. Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, I could Gravity Blade and get rid of, like, a lot of stuff. Okay. So we have Katakuri. So I could Sanji into the Katakuri. So this is where it's broken. I get to pick my draws. So first, I'm going to take a 2k. I'm going to start placing on top. I think I'm going to go 2k and then Kata and then these two, which means I'm going to get 2 1ks off of my first giant, which is just, yeah, it's really good. There's the Frankie. So I feel like I'm going to start with a Laboon swing. And then I just feel like we go Sanji into the Katakuri. Yeah, into the Katakuri, we're good. Yeah, and then if he doesn't deal any damage to me, no matter what, I can just Linlin next turn. And then just get back a life and get rid of something. Because he's going to have a little bit hard of a time, you know, getting rid of both characters, I feel like. Now that Laboon's gone. Because right now, I mean, he has a -4. -4, -5 here. -5 is enough to get it down in Jack's range to KO the Katakuri. But I will block out. I don't think he can remove both. Math. Okay, 5k swing, I'm 6k. No point in blocking. The Hina comes down, -4. So the Brook gets to swing and remove it. Yep, the Brook can just swing and remove it, which is good for him. But he can't really get high enough for it to be threatening. He's going to get an 8 and 8k swing. I mean, I guess I giant. Get rid of the Bagua. Draw 2 new cards. They're both, going to be the 1ks. I'm going to get out of all these attacks. Relatively easy. Use leader effect. There's a Linlin. We don't need Linlin this turn. We'll take this. We will start placing on top because I want to draw this. Maybe I should have placed on bottom. This is a lot of no counter. I should have sent this to the bottom. But that's fine. I think it's probably still fine. Because truth is, I'm going to Linlin. Linlin will let me heal one of their characters while also... And I think we start off... Okay, we're going to go 6 in the 4 to get this clear. I don't think he can choose... Like, I don't think he can save this Brook. Yeah, it would just be kind of dumb. He can't save this. Maybe he's thinking he really needs to hold on to it. I mean, I would just use Linlin to then heal it. Trash 1 card. Don't need the Gravity Blade. Gain a life. Add to the top. Pass turn. Clearing his board last turn, I think, puts him in a really awkward spot. Because against this Luffy deck, you're better off going wide and just like going 6, 6, 6, 6, 6 all across board, you know? And like chipping away at the hand than going tall. Because giants are just too good. And then the fact that you're really drawing 2 cards a turn while your opponent's only drawing 1. I mean... I shouldn't be at 5 cards in hand, but between giant and the extra draws, it's been pretty good. So let's see what happens. I feel like there's still a decent amount of game in this, but I just wish you'd play just a tad bit faster. Okay, fair enough. I'm just gonna give you a 2K. Rebecca, fair enough. Just feel like, there we go, you got the little boon. And then play down the Tour Soldier. Give -1 cost, pop it, okay. Okay, I mean, okay, so you're gonna go for the Jack KO play? If I'm not mistaken, I'm getting a Linlin off my top draw. Well, I guess it depends on what I choose to take here. I think we're gonna do this. We're gonna start placing on top. I'm gonna draw the Gravity Blade, and then we'll have a 1K coming that we know for certain. Okay. We're just going to be like, bro, we're going to pressure your hand. Do you have 2 2Ks? That's a 2K. That's a 2K. Okay. Because unless he's running Rush Rob Lucci, which no Rob Lucci should ever run Rush Rob Lucci at this point in the game, I'm perfectly safe. I could eat both these hits. Also, can we talk for just 1 second about how every leader that like filters or have some like thing like that tends to be like broken? Like, you know, like think about Sakazuki and how like it was a filter leader. You got to like filter, dig more through your deck than like your opponent did, and it's just kind of crazy that was the case. Oh, he's really going wide. He's like, I'm killing that Sanji. Problem is, I have another Gravity Blade on top of my deck. So I can just get Gravity Blade, remove both these characters. So, okay. We take this, start placing on top, Gravity Blade, then we want a 1K. And then we're going to get rid of both of those. Like, look how quickly these turns go for a Luffy. Pass turn. Like, you're down to 2 cards. Next turn, I can grab a Luffy or a Kata. I'm not even really afraid of taking both hits. I don't even know if I will at all need to take the 2 hits. It just feels like a grind fest with this deck. This specific matchup is just a grind fest. From this position, I don't know if he can win. I don't want him to force me to 0. So I'm gonna no block, down -2. I'm just gonna do this, draw 2, and then Mr. 2 out of it. Now if he goes like 13 and swings, I take it. And it's fine. And I got the Linlin. Oh, it feels gross. And I got the Sanji. I can do Sanji into... Oof. I can do Sanji into Luffy. Luffy just cracks him. But... Linlin might be better. I mean, this is interesting. Luffy KOs his guy. This has 4. Okay. 1 for giant. Or I could just play this down. I think I go Sanji. Start placing on top. Yeah. Because Luffy KOs him no matter what. Wait. Oh, I misstepped that. Crap. Linlin guarantees me I don't die. Yeah. Linlin guarantees me that I don't die. So I just Linlin, chip the brick back to hand. I just haven't been able to... I've been able to keep a board either. He's been able to remove everything, which has been nuts. I think the only downside here is that... Is he going to get the removal off? Or was that just for the draw? Minus it down to 4, minus it down to 5. I mean... Anytime you just give me a free, like, poke where I can get out of it, I'm going to. I feel like he actually would probably be better off not to swing with Jack, right? Unless I have another Linlin. Huh. Okay. Is that an overextend? Is dropping that many cards out of your hand an overextend? Or is it okay? Well, huh. Okay. I feel like I take the Gear 3 because I have to. Maybe I bottom deck these if I'm being honest. Because I could just play the Luffy to draw a card and KO. Swing into this and KO it. He has got nothing left on board really to KO anything with. Yeah, I'm going to take this. I'm dumping these on the bottom. Oh. And then I got a Linlin. Huh. I think I just Linlin again. Do I just put the Brook back on the top of the life? And Linlin up to 3 and chill? Or do I... No, you know what? I am going to do this. Draw a card. Gain the rush. I'm going to clear I'm going to clear this card. I'm going to get rid of him. I'm going to finally get rid of the jacks. Make it a lot harder for him to go for game. And then next turn, I can always Lin. If I'd been paying closer attention, I would know what my next 16 cards are. This game is ridiculous. I mean, I'm going to get out of it because I can. And because I probably need to. I'll take this one. That's fine. He's going to Rebecca. This is grindy. He's going to swing 8. No blocker, just this resolve to get out of the attack. Okay. I'm going to take a 2K. Start placing on top. This gets nuts. I draw. Now I start putting the nail in the coffin. Gain a life. Put on top. Do I even care? Do I start taking... I guess next turn I start taking life. This turn I... This game is so... This one's so weird. I don't even want to give him that back. Okay, that's your only KO effect on board. We're going to intern. So normally this isn't how I don't want to drag a game out like this. Like at a regional, this would have probably already ended, and whichever one of us happened to have more lives at the time that it did, because we've alternated through, would have been the person that would have won. But however, in this current state, or if this was a no timed, kind of finals that would be going on, then, we'd be in this kind of stalemate state. Gonna get out of it. Okay, so maybe I get to actually... Okay, maybe I actually get to, apply pressure here now. I'm at 8 now. I'm gonna back up to 10. I'm gonna Lin. I'm gonna take this, start placing on top. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. I feel like we are going to try to shred through his lives here. Let's Lin -1. Trash 1. Gain a life. Top. And then we'll force him down to 1. Just because I don't want this game to drag on forever. So now we'll turn it into, hey, either one of us is going to end this game. I did give him 2 blockers back, but for him to even apply pressure at all on me, he can't play those blockers. So I'll put it back in his court. He also has been playing. He's got 54 seconds left before I win by timeout, which is just absolutely nuts. It's just nuts. That doesn't hurt me. Don't care. Shouldn't be doing that. 40 seconds. Come on. I get it. Gonna go for a combo of removing 2, but do 0 damage. Interesting. Rebecca into... What's your combo? He's also about to deck out. Okay. To the Rob Lucci. Use effects. might need the giant. I'll take it just in case. Place on bottom. Oh, okay. So I'm also in danger. 11. I don't want him to lose by decking out or timing out. GG's. GG's. GG. LOL. That was a long one. Woo. All right, guys. That was ridiculous. I don't even that's it. That's it. I'm just going to go back and look at the screen and talk about the deck for a second. Okay, guys. So that is the deck right there. This is the deck that won the championship. I will say this, it is ridiculous. The resilience is ridiculous. The fact that I could just like basically against certain matchups, like that matchup there where a lot of their resources is going to removing your characters, the fact that I can just basically not die indefinitely is just ridiculous. Utterly nuts. I will say that my opening hand was kind of like not that great, but like I got into my game plan, got into my rhythm. I did make a few misplays that probably dragged that game out a little bit longer. I could have played it a little bit more optimally, but Sanji into anything just feels cracked in this deck. Every one of these options are just crazy. All three of these. Linlin is just goated. The removal plus the heal. It does take some thought when piloting, because if you Linlin down to 9 and then you like have to giant and giant takes 2, you're now at 7. So at the start of the next turn, you don't get your leader effect. So there is like this playing around this like -1 and this -1 in particular that's kind of interesting. This, however, Sanji into Katakuri is just 100% free and is always good. And then this card, I feel like, also pushes the deck into a place of probably being just overtuned, because where doing this into a Linlin or this into a Luffy causes you to not be able to giant without falling out of your leader effects range. The fact that you also just have a 1-drop that gives you a plus 3,000 is also just ridiculous, because then you can still have that 1 energy up and threaten Gum Gum Giant, and they have to play around it. But then also, if they don't consider the fact that you also could just gear 2, you know, they might try to be like, you know what, I'm going to swing 8, force a couple cards out of his hands, or if he giants, then he can't do leader effect. But in reality, you can just gear 2. Pushes it, like, we all know giants cracked, but I also feel like this is probably a little like overtuned for the deck as well. Pretty nuts. Gravity Blade is just fantastic. The fact that this deck can run Gravity Blade, where green purple Luffy struggles is the fact that it doesn't really have removal. It just has green tap down lock effects. Just being able to be like, oh, I'm gonna blink and remove 2 of your 6 cost characters, you know, it is nutty. This is incredibly good. And then all the Straw Hat stuff, you know, we know that this stuff is good. We know Mr. 2's cracked. I would say the biggest flaw of this deck is how much it's going to cost you to build if you have 0 of these cards. Honestly, if you just don't have the Sanji and the Mr. 2's, that alone, $40 a Sanji, $80 a Mr. 2, needing 3 and 4 of them, pretty nuts. And then even like these Sanjis are kind of pricey for what they are. This deck is not cheap to build whatsoever. So on ranked sim, fantastic. In real life, get ready to break the wallets. That video was crazy long, that game. I apologize. I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, bye.